You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
Welcome back, everyone, for yet another exciting show of Black Twitter. And this is an extra exciting show because we have a special guest whom I'll introduce in a second. But first, let me introduce myself. I am the sweet and sassy AJ, and I could not do this show alone without my panel. First, we have the sweetheart of the panel, Miss Ashley Dior, and she will be coming in with Black Twitter News.
Hi, guys. Another Tuesday. So excited to chat. So much tea.
Yes, girl, so much tea. And next we have Mr. Lover of all things sci-fi and fantasy, host and actor Elgin Ball, and he will be letting us know what music is dropping this week.
You already know I'm ready to talk all things music, and I'm just ready for this show.
Yes. Now next, guys, we have a TV host, comedian, and lover of 90s music and outer space, James Maple, and he will let us know what's going down in Club Quarantine.
Hey, y'all excited to be here? Like Ashley said, another Tuesday.
Okay, now guys, of course, I had to save the best for last. This next person, you may remember him from his video going viral saying, "I'm delivered." Yes, it is Mr. Andrew Caldwell, and he will be joining the panel today. What's up, Andrew?
Hi, guys. Hi, Black Twitter.
Yeah, ready to get the show started?
Somebody didn't seem too happy on her child, but I'm here to take one of y'all cheers.
Okay.
I'm here to take somebody's cheers.
And you got your drink, so I know it's going to be a fun-packed show. Make sure you guys hit us up in the live chat. Got any questions for Andrew? And if you want to chime in on anything we say, let us know. So let's just go ahead and begin. James, what you got for us?
Hey, y'all. Okay. You know, we've been talking about this for the past couple weeks, and I'm finally ready to just lay it all out on the table. The BET Awards happened finally, and they were absolutely incredible in their own kind of way. So the BET Awards this year was hosted by Amanda Seales. This year also marked the 20th anniversary of the BET Awards as well, so it was extra special. The overall theme of the show was definitely like a BLM, all for the cause, for the people, for our people in particular. As I was watching it, though, this might age me a little bit. Ryan, if you can go to image 2 of this, if you guys remember the show Cida's World, CITA's World, y'all remember that show? Y'all remember? Okay, so Cida's World was back in the day, was like this animated kind of thing. Yeah, because you're the youngest one in the group. Calm down. That's right. So,
the youngest, honey.
So I bet none of y'all knew this. It's a complete sidebar. So guess who voiced Cida in Cida's World? You would never guess.
Who?
Yes, AJ.
No.
So, fellow AfterBuzz TV host, fellow Black Hollywood Live host, Kitty Kaboom is the voice of Cida in Cida's World.
Stop.
Andrew,
wow.
this is one of our fellow co-hosts that we've known for years, and we had no idea that she had this hustle from 20 years ago that was still going wild. So, okay, so back to the main. Okay, so BET Awards happened. They were incredible. I took a bunch of notes. I'm gonna try to give you guys a quick run through. Performances were off the chain. The vocalists really stood out. I have to say, definitely Jennifer Hudson, Jonathan McReynolds, Kiara, and Karen Clark came through as well as they always do. And then Elgin's favorite girls, now my favorite girls, Chloe and Halle, and yours too. Chloe and Halle came through as they always do. They give the best performances always. I have to say, these two girls, they give me such Aaliyah vibes. I can see them having such longevity in the music game. I have such respect for them. They're so amazing. Mm-hmm. I have to tip my invisible hat to Miss Ashley Dior Jones as well, because she won our panel of predictions from last week. Ashley got every single one of her predictions right. Her biggest
all right now, Ashley.
Ashley got right. Her biggest one that Ashley got right was Megan Thee Stallion, who came through and won Best Hip Hop Artist. She also came through and stole the show with her performance. I give her a 10 out of 10 for this because her performance.
I would give her a 10 too.
There you go. Her performance was of music video quality. I mean, music video quality. She was giving me these Maya, Case of the X, Janet Jackson kind of vibes. I was definitely feeling the performance. And then, of course, no night would be complete without giving a nod to Miss Beyonce Knowles, who received the 2020 Humanitarian Award. And this award was given to her by everyone's first lady that will always be everyone's first lady, Miss Michelle Obama. And then my last little bit of little tea that kind of happened at the BET Awards. So you guys know the actress Marsai Martin. She's the young lady who's
of course, Blackish.
Blackish. So everyone kind of went in on her. So she won the Young Stars Award, and then everyone was going in on her look apparently because she had a wig on, and they were going in on her teeth as well.
The wig on, the wig.
I don't know why people were doing this. You got to show love for the young lady. But she tweeted about this actually. So in a tweet, she responded to all the haters out there. She says, and I quote, "Sorry, some of y'all don't like my hair or teeth, which are actually my teeth, by the way. Good thing I don't put my effort into trying to please everyone. I like it. Child, I'm 16 this year. Let me live. I'm trying to stay sane in quarantine. Enjoy the BET Awards. I think she had the best clap back of them all." So, question to the panel: what did we think of the awards this year? Give me your thoughts.
Well, it was like you said, it was supportive of the BLM movement.
The ghetto.
The
ghetto.
It was nice. It was ghetto. No,
the ghetto. Not the ghetto.
It wasn't that bad. Keep in mind, we were on quarantine. We all had to kind of come together virtually. So it was
definitely the quarantine when Kiara on them shoes. I was like, I was suspecting red bottoms. Yeah. I looked under the dress. I saw her feet. I said, the ghetto.
You sound like Nene Leakes in that episode of Real Housewives. We in the ghetto. This is the ghetto.
Wait, Andrew, was there any performance that you liked?
You know what? The best performance that I actually like when I watch the BET Awards, we have to give it to the people, Karen Clark and Kiara. That was one of the best because, I am into gospel. I go to the church. So to me, that was one of the best. And my second, like you said, was with Michelle Obama. That was the best.
Yeah.
And we got to give it to the queen now, Beyonce.
Always.
And I will say,
she looked so beautiful too.
Yeah, she did look so beautiful. And I will say, I did enjoy the commercials because all the commercials were supportive of BLM. The Procter and Gamble commercials, they were good. So I kind of commercials, coincided with the movement. So
they did have the best commercials this year.
They did. I agree.
The best commercials.
Black everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And I thought I saw Black Twitter on there too. I was like, oh, okay.
It's only a matter of time, my friend. Only a matter of time.
Oh, that's all you got for us?
Oh yeah, so that is gonna be it for me for the BET Awards. Just to piggyback what Andrew said, I gotta give it to Kiara and Karen Clark because they came through with the best vocals. I feel like as a Black people, we're very, very suspect of people when they sing because you're like, are you lip syncing? Aren't you lip syncing? They came through with real vocals. So big shout out to those two ladies for doing
I thought I was gonna get the Holy Ghost.
And I would say the performances, they were like music videos. So all the performances, they put a lot of energy in. They was music video. They need to release those as music videos actually.
That would be a great idea.
Yeah, because Chloe and Holly's video, I like that a lot, especially like the switch between from Do It and To Forgive Me. And I did like Megan's video a lot too, just because they had that theme of Black Lives Matter throughout the whole video. But speaking of the actual awards and people that won, there is one person that I think should not have won the Best R&B award, which is Lizzo. And I'm going to say this because that album was more so in the wrong genre. I think that was more so like a pop album. And I feel like her shut it down this year with her R&B album, and I think that was like going back to like the
That's
real
okay.
R&B
I'm gonna find their address and go snatch their wool because they know they don't deserve that. But you have to understand these people have been falling for grace.
Wait, they've been what?
These people some of the people that won award deserve it, but some people has been fall for grace and they did anything to get award this year.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And the quarantine, tell the quarantine thank you, because some of you guys got award only because of the quarantine. Because if it was in person, believe me, the list would have been different.
Hey, Andrew said, y'all. Andrew said it, y'all. Let us know what you think in the live chat. If y'all agree or disagree, let us know. Hit us up. So, moving right along, Ashley, what you got for us?
Oh my goodness, guys. So,
come on, Ashley.
Kind of piggybacking off of the whole Black Lives Matter movement, we know that we are making some small changes, but still changes nonetheless. And one of the most recent are white actors who used to voice Black or mixed character actors giving away their parts. So the first person to kind of head this on is Jenny Slate. So she was the voice of Missy Greenwald on Netflix's Big Mouth. She said, Black characters should be played by Black people. I agree. Kristen Bell as Molly on Apple Plus's Central Park. So Molly was also a biracial character that Kristen Bell played. Kristen said, this is a time to acknowledge our acts of complacency. So she is giving up her spot. Mike Henry of The Cleveland Show and a Family Guy said, it's been an honor to play Cleveland off The Family Guy for 20 years. But it's time for people of color to start playing their parts. So this is kind of big. This is big in Hollywood. I didn't even know half these voices were played by white people. Did you guys? I was shocked.
Child.
Poor Andrew.
Let their voices be heard sometimes, child.
You know, I was most surprised about the Cleveland one because the Cleveland show has not been on the air in years.
Honey, since I was little.
Yeah, like Cleveland, he'll make an appearance every now and then on like an episode of Family Guy, but I'm like, this is not a concession on your part, sir. Like you ain't been working steady for Cleveland for years. This ain't you being part of the movement.
20 plus years he's been playing a Black man.
I'm sorry, no.
So do we think this is enough? Like, do we think that Hollywood is making the right move, or is this just like changing the name of a building? Like we want real movement, not just, this type of stuff. What do you guys think?
I think the first step are things. I think it's one of those. Go ahead, Elgin. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, because I was like, we both said the same thing. I'm like, dang, was I talking to them? I thought but I think one of the most important things is that this really isn't the main focus that I really want things to have action to. Like, it should really be putting this energy towards Breonna Taylor and all these other people that have died. It's like they're like distracting us almost. It's like you giving us these little concession wins and stuff like that really isn't of importance at this moment, when we could be focusing on the Breonna Taylors and the Elijah.
What's her name?
And all these people that have died.
Say your name.
Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor.
Taylor. Yeah, so it's just like Breonna Taylor.
You put an accent
so
at
it's
the
just
end.
like right. So it's just like one big distraction to me. But what were you saying, James, about that?
Well, see, no, I disagree slightly in that I'm happy to know that they are making genuine changes like that within Hollywood, especially when it comes to things like animation. So like Ashley said a moment ago, oftentimes we didn't even know these characters were played by non-Black actors. So in any facet for us to get representation and get roles and get work in Hollywood, I'm all for. I wholly agree with you, Elgin, in that, like, yes, it's a small little thing to get, I'm happy we could be investing this attention, this drive, this passion into more substantial things. But I'll take this little win where we can get it. So I think it's a good thing. And notice too, it's been a trend now. It's making other people question the roles that they've had for years. And now they're like, oh, maybe this isn't for me. So I think it at least is getting people to think.
Yeah. I
think it's a step in the right direction, but we still have a very long way to go.
We do. What I would say on your question, what I would say is we do have a lot of way to go, because a lot of this is Black Lives Matter, and a lot of people are starting to make their voices heard, like you said. And I believe BET Awards the BET Awards and any award should always honor Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, different people that have got killed by the police, and a lot of the actors and a lot of the movie stars. Now it's time for them to speak up too, because not only people are getting killed. What about rape? What about what goes behind these production companies? What about what goes on in the green room? Let's talk about that. What's going on? How you get treated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
100%.
Ashley, that's all you got for us?
That's it for trending for me.
All right, Elgin, what's going on with the Karens?
I'm sick of Karen. I'm sick of her.
Lord.
I really thought that we was just in one pandemic, but apparently we got two going on because these Karens is not stopping today. Just worldwide, overall in the United States, there's a lot of Karens giving a lot of pushback about not having to wear masks in stores. Just like this week alone, there was like 10 cases that I saw where Karens were having tantrums, throwing stuff around the stores because they couldn't have their service accepted because they didn't have masks. And furthermore, the Johns, right along with the Karens, were right there just as mad as well about not having to wear masks. So it's really just this big issue of, I don't want to shoot straight, but I'm gonna have to shoot straight. It's like a big case of these, white people that have not been told what to do all their life. And now that some of them are being told, because not all of them are like this, but now that they're being told that they have to do something, they're getting mad, when in reality, we've had to do this for 400 plus years, being told what to do all our lives. So it's kind of like, are they justified with doing this, y'all? What y'all think?
Like,
you know what? You know what I would say? I would say that this been going on for years. It's just people are starting to take advantage of their phone and their camera now. This been going on for years. Now, when I see a Karen, I was like, Karen, you better stop, girl. Calm down, Karen. Just like the situation that just happened here local in St. Louis, Missouri. She was holding her gun. Can't even hold it.
Yep.
Karen want to be
seen. We're going to talk about that later, Andrew.
Yeah, we're going to get into that later.
We're going to get into that later. Trust me. But yeah, I just feel like it's entitlement. Like, put on your mask. Like, we've been let's put it on. And I also seen that one video where one of the Karens was getting into it with the grocery. She was trying to get to the grocery store, and she got mad at the man because he would not let her in the grocery store. And this was during the time when COVID when it was real big. So everybody really got their mask. They wasn't really lenient on it. And she said, well, I'm calling the manager. I'm like, girl. And she was recording him like he was in the wrong. I'm like, sis, you need to go sit down somewhere. Just put your mask on. And
Crazy. Did you guys see the Starbucks guy? So apparently this Starbucks barista wouldn't serve a customer because she didn't have a mask on. And apparently she was taking his picture, like putting him all on the internet, said she would call the cops or whatnot. So she put his picture on the internet, and somebody started to GoFundMe for him. And they raised almost $90,000 into
yes.
90 grand. 90 grand. So I mean, $90,000 they have given this young man for standing up for what was right and for protecting, everyone in that establishment. So do it right.
That's why the Karens,
90 grand.
That's why the Karens right now, they just don't know. You're acting a fool in the store, but don't forget you got a job, boo. Don't forget you got business too.
Yeah.
Well, you got a job. You got a job for now.
You about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job. You were about to lose it. That's a bop. A bop.
Okay. So guys, moving right along. So let's get into this cancel culture. All right, guys. So the cancel culture gang is at it again, and this time they brought charges against the first lady of the Migos, Miss Cardi B. Now, this is the first failed attempt to cancel the 27-year-old rapper. However, clearly, the gang is still adamant about seeing her demise. Cardi B was accused of having a fake Instagram account where she had bashed other female entertainers such as Meg Thee Stallion, Doja Cat. She was also accused of feuding with Ariana Grande. So within minutes of this allegation, the Cardi B is over party hashtag started trending. Now, Cardi B responded by saying, "These people must think I'm a 15-year-old girl. I don't care if you're trying to cancel me about something else, but don't make lies about me. It's tiring and it's annoying." To further show that she was so unbothered, she posted a video to her haters by jumping in the pool while wearing some red bottom heels. So, guys, I just want to know what is up with this cancel culture and why are they coming for Cardi B? Like they've been trying to cancel her for the last 2 years. Like, I just don't understand. Thoughts? No?
Yeah, I mean, it's cancel culture. It's
Wait a
bad.
minute.
Cancel culture is not really real.
Are y'all trying to cancel Cardi B too?
I mean,
Oh no!
We can't.
No.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
We cannot cancel Cardi B because you know she's the number one.
she's number one. What?
She's the number one right now
Oh,
of
she
all
is,
the
yeah.
females.
Is she?
Who would top her? You think?
You know, Cardi B. You know, Nicki Minaj is at the bottom.
Nicki Minaj. Okay.
And you
At
know,
the
Cardi
bottom.
B is at the top.
The bottom.
Oh, not at number 2, but at the bottom. You said.
The bottom.
Wow.
Wow.
But I want to know with the cancel culture gang, has anybody ever really got canceled besides R. Kelly though? Like,
Yes.
does it even?
No.
Percent Michelle.
Doja
Y'all remember
Cat.
her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Doja Cat.
Cancel
Bye.
culture is real.
Doja Cat. Goodbye.
Oh, guys.
But
I
this is the
still
thing
hear her
with
on the
cancel-
radio though.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, she's all over the radio still. That's not gonna be done. But the cancel
You
culture
said
is kinda
and
like-
when she's the only one that got canceled. What about B. Simone that just got canceled and that's gonna stay canceled?
But see, I was confused because I'm like, are they really canceling them or are they just talk? Because I'm like, who
They
are
are
you?
canceled.
Yeah. I think only time will tell when this whole cancel culture thing kicks in. It's just a matter of time and us sticking to our conviction and being like, okay, I'm not messing with this person any further. So I think we just have to, if you're gonna come to that conviction, you gotta just stick with it at least.
Hashtag cancel.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so James, tell us what's going on in club quarantine. What's going on?
Okay, so this could not be a better segue because I'm officially for this episode changing a club quarantine to club cancel because all 3 of my topics are cancel. All right.
Oh.
So let's get into the first. So as you guys know, we do this show every week, and any broadcast journalist, things change throughout the day. We had a set of topics, and then breaking news comes in. So I'm gonna have to throw into breaking news, but we got you covered as we always do here on Black Twitter. So first things first. Jaden Smith, Willow Smith, Jada Pinkett-Smith, and Shane Dawson are all in headlines this week. And you can only guess why. Because of cancel culture. So let's give you the backstory. So internet superstar, quotes around that, if you guys listen to the podcast, quotes, because he's not a superstar, he's a perv. Shane Dawson has over 22 million followers on YouTube. And he posted a video recently because cancel culture caught up and people were archiving his old videos and like, yo, explain yourself, explain like this blackface, explain all these things. And he finally had to face the piper. So he made a video called Taking Accountability, in which he apologized for an act in particular that was brought up. Now, this is where Jaden Smith, Willow Smith, and Jada Pinkett-Smith come into the play. So Shane made a video back in the day called Whip My Hair, in which there was a poster of Willow Smith on his board, on his wall rather, and he's masturbating to it. And he says on his breath, like, oh yeah, whip your hair for me. So this is not okay. This happened years ago. This happened in 2010. So keep in mind, for those of you who are fans with Willow Smith, she was 11 years old when that song came out, when he masturbated to her photo. So of course, Jaden, being the good big brother that he is, chimed in with a tweet on Shane Dawson, in which he says, let me get this pulled up here. Here we go. So Shane Dawson, he says, Shane Dawson, I am disgusted by you. You sexualizing an 11-year-old girl who happens to be my sister is the furthest thing from funny and not okay in the slightest bit. So, of course, Mama Bear would not fall far from there. So she chimed in. Jada Pinkett-Smith chimed in with a tweet. And as moms always do, they just make you feel a certain way. She says, in a few words, she says, quote, to Shane Dawson, I'm done with your excuses. Simply put, let him know his place. So here comes when the breaking news comes in. So Jada Pinkett-Smith is in the news for another reason that literally just broke. I'm not even kidding you guys, probably about 30 minutes ago. So so if you guys know, in the past, Jada Pinkett-Smith has been linked to everyone's favorite singer, August Alsina. So he recently did an interview. Everyone is aware of what happened. So he recently did an interview with Angela Lee of the Breakfast Club, and he actually came to a consensus about his relationship with Jada Pinkett-Smith. So apparently they met back in 2015 at a music festival, and Jaden was the connection between August and Jada. And apparently Will was just A-okay with this whole like relationship that they have together. So in the interview, August says, and I'm quoting him now, he says, I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. That would be Will Smith. That would be Jada's husband, just so we're all crystal clear on who these people are. I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. And I truly and really, really deeply loved and had a ton of love for her being Jada. I devoted myself to it. I gave myself to it so much that I can die right now and be okay knowing that I fully gave myself to somebody. Some people never get this in a lifetime. Now, you guys may remember his 2019 song called Nunya, in which some of the lyrics were, you got me feeling like it was an act. You're just an actress putting on a show because you don't want the world to know. So he denied all of these allegations between him and Jada until today on that interview with Angela. I thought that was pretty heavy.
I want to know how they feel right now at home.
You mean Jada and Will?
Yeah.
I that's a good question. The story is still kind of developing, so we don't know yet, but I know that they've had a very open relationship for years, so who knows?
Yeah. So I thought everybody knew, or not knew, but everybody kind of suspected they were going together. Everybody knew that they was accused of having an open relationship. So like,
I think it's one thing.
He was in that, honey. He was in that.
But like August, he sat down with somebody and was like, Will gave me his blessing. Like that hasn't happened before.
Okay.
Like it was always kind of, just whispers. But he sat down, and said, hey.
Basically, he's saying permission.
But it's been out there. Will had a side girl too, though, the little young girl. So that's why it was kind of like, okay.
Andrew, what you got to say?
This seat is too hot at this table. Well, you know what? Let me just say this. You know what? When people always trying to set people down and talk to them and try to counsel to them, now it's time for her to set her own family down at that red table.
Yes.
And we need to know the truth about that family.
Yes.
She sent down everybody. She sent down everybody in this world, making them cry. It's time for them to cry now.
It's true.
Absolutely.
She has to talk about this on her next Red Table Talk.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then that's just a bad look. She's got to address it.
Yeah, it's just like with Wendy Williams. Like you can't sit there and talk about everybody else. And then, you can't be hush hush. So she has to. They need to have a family round red table talk.
Yeah.
And the whole situation is just like, it's almost unbelievable because it was so hidden for a certain amount of time. And then the way that he talking, it's like he really, really in love with this lady. And it's like, what's going on here? Because 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah.
2 + 2 equals 4.
But
what is this?
He literally said if he were to die tomorrow, he would be okay with it because he like fulfilled the love of his life.
Yeah.
Like those are some strong words for a married woman.
Correct. I felt like Ashley you're correct. I felt that if everything was good, but now he's saying I'm in love. But Will, he had to understand that Will told him from the beginning, you can't fall in love with this. You can get it until I'm ready to get back home.
Yeah. Agree.
That is quite an open relationship.
And he fell for her.
Cougar, you know the Cougars, they be landing on these young guys.
Yeah, they do.
She probably got some tricks up there. You don't know what
Hey, Jay, calm down.
Well, I will say that she's not the only one with tricks. There's another, my last story for you all this evening on Club Quarantine, or Club Cancel, I should say.
Tell it, James.
Is going to be about Mr. Andre Young, aka Dr. Dre. So, unfortunately, Dr. Dre and his wife of 24 years, Nicole Young, filed for divorce from him yesterday in Los Angeles Superior Court. And of course, the typical celebrity thing is she is saying there are irreconcilable differences. The two have been married again, and they got married in 1996. Again, they've been married 24 years. They have 2 children amongst the two of them. Dr. Dre has a couple kids before he married Nicole. The 2 kids they have together are Truist and Truly, 23-year-old son and 19-year-old daughter, respectively. Now, here comes the good TT. So, of course, Nicole wants a little bit of this fortune that Dr. Dre is sitting on. Let us not forget, he has NWA money. He has NWA money. He has Death Row money. He has Aftermath money. And he has Beats money. This man is sitting on an empire. Last I checked, Forbes named him one of the wealthiest celebrities, wealthiest musicians in the game. His net worth is estimated to be about $800 million. And according to TMZ, and this is where I want you guys to kind of chime in. Okay. According to TMZ, the two do not have a prenuptial agreement. What do we think about this?
She said she got $400 million in the bank.
Easy. So again,
why would he not have a prenup?
I'm gonna assume because they were so young, they
was young and didn't have that much money.
Yeah.
Was this his first marriage though?
I don't think this is his first marriage, but he was definitely, this happened in 1996. He was definitely a well-known rapper with NWA in 1996. People knew who he was.
Let's talk about Nene and Greg.
Oh.
The grass wasn't that green.
Ooh, yeah,
when the green get higher. Because I think you see how she made Greg sound one.
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, all I'm saying is prenups okay? Listen, at this, I'm a girl. So,
AJ, I ain't signing nothing.
I ain't signing nothing.
Really?
Everyone on here says no prenups.
Really?
No. Oh, I'm definitely getting a prenup.
Me too.
You're gonna have to.
I'm getting one.
Hell yeah!
I'm getting one.
Let me tell you why. Because I'm not signing no prenup. Because first of all, if I'm married to you, I feel like we're together. Okay, whatever.
Right.
So a woman is always a man's backbone. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe a man sat there and did everything by himself. He needs somebody that's supporting him, giving him all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she helped him with whatever. And I'm pretty sure they say irreconcilable differences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we kind of already know what was probably happening. I ain't gonna say what, but I'm pretty sure something happened. So you don't know what that woman dealt with the whole time they was married. So pay her for her time. You owe her. So yes, no prenup.
But he gonna make it back anyway.
He will, but she stands to make. I mean, I don't want to say "but" as the preface to that sentence, but she stands to make $400 million for 24 years of marriage. Is that okay? Woo! I see AJ doing this, so I'm assuming that's a yes.
It's fine. It's fine. Like you said, we don't know what went on behind closed doors. So maybe 400 million.
And this is my thing behind that, though.
Voices, honey, and take one of his award.
I think she should get half, because this is the thing with prenups, right? And I'm someone that's like 50-50 split with it. But at the same time, like, because I feel like if you get a prenup, that's already setting the table bad with you two, because it's like, dang, like, okay, like, what's going on? But I feel like if you have enough love for your partner, even though you do get a divorce, you should have enough love left in your heart for them to have them set up right too. So I feel like at the same time, you messed up because you didn't get a prenup. And on top of that, you should still have enough love for her, even though y'all getting a divorce, to give her that money as well. Even, $400 million is a lot. That's probably not that much to them, really, because they on a whole nother tax bracket. So I don't know.
And just
child, they won't even see that $1,200 that's coming soon one day.
All I'm saying is, plus she has to maintain the lifestyle she was living. If I'm used to a lifestyle and then we get a divorce, you think you about to downgrade me? No.
You ain't finna find me driving no Toyota.
My goodness. But okay, Elgin, real quick, come on, what's dropping this week? Let's get the show going.
Ashley.
It ain't nothing much dropping this week. It's just a couple of things, but we got a new single by the man that's always in controversy, Kanye West. He got a single called Wash Us in Blood, which is a continuation in his gospel-themed music. I listened to it. I really wasn't getting into it that much, but what do you guys think about that?
He needs to stay to his makeup line.
His makeup line? You support
We talked about that last week.
We talked about the makeup line.
Yeah. Washed by the blood, child bag. I won't be seeing it in my shirt.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I do think that Kanye, I mean, it's no surprise, and I'm no fan of Kanye West. I've made that very public on this show. But I think it's interesting that he is trying to capitalize on this whole like religious angle. I kind of feel like he's doing it to capitalize on Black people in general. I want to give him, like, he's a Black man, so I want to support him and I want to uplift him, of course.
I can't call Kim no first lady. No, thank you.
Oh no, that will never happen on this show. Ever.
But he is preaching and stuff now.
But preaching to whom exactly?
Listen,
you know when they get together out there in them grasses and stuff, child.
Listen.
It's a sanctuary.
Saving lives, okay? We do not know what happened in this man's heart.
All right.
I don't know. But come on, what's going on? Come on.
Yeah. And then the next lineup that we got on our list, we got the infamous Nicki Minaj, Mrs. Petty. She dropped on Twitter. This isn't necessarily a drop, but she dropped a tweet saying PF2, which a lot of the barbs went crazy because apparently this is allude to Pink Friday 2, a sequel to her album that she put out a few years ago. So people are really just speculating if this was just a troll because she's been trolling a little bit lately, or this is real news. So what do you guys think? And would you guys actually be excited if she dropped the Pink Friday 2 album?
Yes.
You sound so exasperated. Yes.
I think Cardi B should. I really do think Cardi B should drop something.
Cardi B?
What? Yeah.
We're talking about Nicki.
I don't know who that is.
Nicki Minaj?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. That's right. I forgot.
Andrew, come on now. Sky chick. Come on. Now. She gets so back. She go way back. You can't. Come on, Nicki. No, Nicki. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You don't know that. Okay,
I'm gonna be in some hot water.
Bobs are crazy.
Look, I love Nicki Minaj. I just want y'all to know that, but that's it for drops.
Okay, go on. What's the Twitter news, Ashley? What's going on in Black?
Oh my gosh, I'll make this quick. And you guys have to forgive my dog. She likes to bark. I'm so sorry.
Girl, I thought that was in my house.
No, it's definitely in my house. So I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, back to news. So states are now pausing on reopening because, as we all have heard, Corona is not gone. In fact, it is spiking. It is spiking. So right now, 12 states are pausing reopening because of the Corona spike. 500,000 people have died globally via this virus, 125,000 of them from the United States. So confirmed cases spiked to 39,000 per day the week of June 25th. And now on May 25th, it has almost doubled. So
Shut it back down. Shut it back down.
This virus isn't going anywhere. So it's so very important to wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, wash your hands, do all the stuff we've been telling you to do for the past 4 months. because the virus isn't going anywhere. States reopening, just in case you're curious, Washington, Idaho, California, Nevada, Arkansas, all these places are pausing on their reopening because people don't know how to act and aren't taking the proper precautions. So please do so. Take care of yourselves, take care of us. Keep this strike going down because we can't take too much more. Mm-hmm. And another thing I wanted to chat about in news, Ken and Karen strike again. And I'm talking about Mark and Patricia McCloskey, who were filmed aiming guns at peaceful protesters in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, you know about that, Andrew.
So, right. These two personal injury lawyers held up, it looked like an AR-15 and a pistol because
I was there.
Tell us what happened. Like what was going through these people's minds?
Okay. Well, first of all, we was in the Central West End in St. Louis. It's one of the wealthiest area that I live in right now. It's actually around the corner from me. So we were protesting
I said, I didn't know you was for real. Let me know what happened.
Okay. We was protesting for Mayor Lada Cruza to leave because she got to go. Bye-bye. That's another Karen. We'll talk about her later. Okay. So we went to a neighborhood to get to the mayor because the round of the neighborhoods were blocked with police and barricades. That was the only entrance where no police were at. And the protesters somehow got into the neighborhood. Soon we came in the neighborhood, we were quiet because we didn't want them to know what street we was coming down. Soon we bust to that neighborhood. Her and her husband came out with a gun. She tripped. He came out with a machine gun. And I was feared for my life because I have never, ever in my life had a gun point at me. And when she tripped, I said, Lord, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. But when she tripped, I thought that trigger was go off. And they supposed to be lawyers. No matter how much money you got, we were protesting. We were peacefully. No matter we broke in the neighborhood, no matter what happened. Even though it's a private neighborhood, we was coming for the mayor, not you.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I believe they should be charged for aiming that gun at our faces.
Right. They were brandishing a weapon. I mean, that's a felony. That's a felony. Mm-hmm. Like you can't do that. So they are being investigated. I did see that. So hopefully charges will be brought.
Saying that we had guns.
I know they took a little opposition to. I did see some of the. I mean, I'm on the side of the protesters, so this is me playing devil's advocate right now. They did knock down the entrance to the actual community itself, and that's apparently that's the fence that they're using to say that's what sparked them to pull their weapons. I will note too, I don't know her name. It doesn't matter what her name is, so we're gonna call her Karen for now. I will note Karen had her finger on the trigger the entire time. So it could have been a sneeze or anything could have shot and killed somebody. So I will point that out as a sheer observation as well.
And according to the pictures that were shown that I seen, it was drinks. I don't know if they were alcoholic drinks, but you was drinking and holding a gun. Like I think they were drinking. They had drinks out they had the drinks.
Sounds typical.
Cups out.
She didn't have nothing in her hand. Mm-hmm. I was there the whole time. She didn't have nothing in her hand. She had a panic button that nobody responded to.
Mm. But you know what's so crazy? She's just doing what the police have been doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They are imitating. They're doing the exact same thing. So when police make it
Black folks,
right? Police are making this seem like it's okay to do, and now civilians think they can do it too. So it's just it's disgusting.
You know what I'm thinking? If it was somebody like us, like me, I would have been in jail. I would have been behind bars. About 13 charges on me, a black guy. But them, they're still eating dessert. They're still touching their dog she. But we'll be in jail somewhere.
Yeah.
Andrew, you said you were there. Was there anything in particular that you think sparked them to react in that way? I mean, obviously, the crowd was there.
When we
people surrounding their house or whatever.
I was right there when we first came in that neighborhood. I wasn't the last. I wasn't the man. I was almost the first to come in the neighborhood because who I am and things like that. I should not be in the back. I should be in the front because I represent, us. So Black Lives Matter. I was helping, protesting. When we first came in the neighborhood, the gangs was arming at the gate. I have to say that. And they were not outside eating.
And that just makes me think they're lawyers.
They was ready for us.
If they reacted like this, I'm like, what type of lawyer are you? Like, you know, these cases that
they're personal injury lawyers.
Like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you to do your job, honestly.
Hey,
so.
AJ and Ashley, you know, I think, you know what I was thinking? The only reason why that they did not pull the trigger, and when she fell, only reason why she know what she was doing, because there were so many cameras around. She didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah. Say that. Oh, okay. Goodness gracious. Ashley, is that it for Black Twitter?
That's it. That's all for news.
Okay, guys. So here we go for petty crimes. Now, the accused tonight is Mr. Terry Crews. Okay, guys. So as you all know, if you didn't know, Terry Crews has been getting a lot of heat from the Black community for saying many questionable statements during this time that we're in. So this time he decided to tweet, "We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better." And so, you know, his tweet left many people confused. There was a lot of celebrities responding, such as Amanda Seales, Holly Robinson Pete. And of course, Twitter is on fire because they're trying to figure out what was your purpose for tweeting that during this time. Nobody is saying that Black lives should be better. We're saying Black lives matter. So how do you even make that connection between, we don't need to make it into Black lives better? The point is, we're trying to make sure that we matter. Before we could be better, we need to actually matter. So I don't know. Twitter has been going in on Terry, and he's been in the news a lot just for a lot of statements he's been making. So we're at a Twitter.
You sure he ain't racist?
Huh?
You y'all sure he ain't racist against us?
You know,
he seems to be.
I mean, he's questionable.
I haven't seen him out there protesting.
Yeah, he said basically.
AJ, you're correct. Black lives. They saying all lives matter, no Black lives matter, because we the ones that's in these companies. They're making $10 while the CEO up there can't barely speak to us. He's making almost $1 million. Black lives matter. It is time for Black people to become CEOs. It is time for Black people to become bank tellers. It's time for the felonies to become something more important than a white person got a felony, but he making more money than a Black person that got a felony. They can't even hire him.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew, you're not alone in that. Jenna James in our live chat says, quote, "Terry is Uncle Ruckus. Put him on the same boat as Candace Owens, Omarosa, and Stacey Dash. You can send them all away. All four of them. Goodbye.
Oh, wait.
Goodbye."
You know, Terry, he made statements about Black supremacists. Then he was saying, I got people of all races in my family. Then he goes today talking about we don't need to make it into a Black Lives Better thing. Everybody's just like, Terry,
what are you talking about? Like nobody
is sure he ain't drunk.
I think it was just like, why are we stating the obvious here? You know, it's like I think for the most part, the majority of Black people are looking for equality, and there probably are some, little sectors that are like, no, we want to be better than these races, and I guess that's a whole nother thing. But I feel like why are we stating the obvious here, and why are we saying these things that are more harmful than beneficial to us at this point in time? It's the thing. It's like, okay, we know that's not the objective. I don't think anyone has been saying Black Lives Better. I have not seen a hashtag like that until he has put that. So it's just like, it's becoming more destructive than it is good. And I'm like, dang, Terry Crews, like, you my boy, but like, you kind of, you doing too much for me right now. Like,
you know what? Keep letting him do too much, because when everything open back up, he gonna be sitting on his couch trying to apologize, and he gonna have to hire about 55 PR teams, and they still ain't gonna get it right, because we know what the truth is.
Yeah, he's shown his true colors, definitely.
And unfortunately, none of those true colors are Black.
And you know what? We should have took the hint. We began stand up for Gabrielle Union when she was talking about America's Got Talent. He did not stand up for her. And we should have took the hint.
That's all where his money at. That's where he's sponsored by. He know not to touch the left feet his house.
So Terry Crews, I think he should just go on mute until this whole situation is over. Just don't say nothing. Because at this point, you are not
Definitely.
So I think is that a group consensus? Have we all agreed to cancel Terry Crews?
Yes.
Cancel.
Bye.
Unfollow.
Bye.
Guys, this is such a good show today. I want to thank you, Andrew, so much for joining us. Your commentary, your personality, everything was just, we miss you, and we want to have you back. So if you ever
yes, please.
So fun.
Let us know. But
and can I get the lights too behind me?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Andrew, tell the people where they can find you at, and tell them about your YouTube channel real quick.
Well, everyone can go follow me on my Facebook page, or my Instagram is Andrew C _ Caldwell, or my Facebook, Andrew Chad Caldwell. My YouTube channel is Mr. Delivered. And then don't forget to go follow the Black Twitter, follow their YouTube channel, and I will be taking the cheer chat because it's time for me to snatch up one of y'all cheers. Y'all been sitting too long.
Listen, you can't snatch it join us, okay?
Yes, of course.
James, where can we find you at?
Of course, you can find me on Instagram at Terrell James Maple, and you can also find me on Twitter at James Maple Actor.
Where can we find you?
Yeah, I can find me on the Instagrams and on the Twitter sometimes at Elgin_ball. And also I am on the Avatar The Last Airbender panel if y'all want to go over there and be nostalgic. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
How about we all follow each other?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yes.
Yay.
Yay. Ashley Dior, baby girl, where can we find you?
Yes, you can find me on all social media platforms at Ashley Dior Jones. Another wonderful, fun, exciting show. Yes. How fun.
And guys, you can find me on Instagram at Crimson Pearl, and you can hit me up on Twitter at Crimson Pearl 22. And so this is today's episode. Catch us next week, same time, same place. Peace.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content, and be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.